I'm Michelle Yana-Chan and this is Fast Track's Insider Guide with my top travel tips from around the world. Moving in their millions, at this time of year there's a massive migration of the African fruit bat to a corner of Zambia. It's an astonishing scene as the bats make their way from all over southern Africa to Kansanka National Park to feed on berries near the Masola and Kansanka rivers. The spectacle is best watched as dusk approaches, when the bats leave their roosts, setting off to forage and filling the night skies. I'm just back from touring the east coast of the USA, where now is the perfect time to chase the fall. That's a journey from New England down to the Carolinas, witnessing the autumn leaves change colour. The route passes through some of the loveliest parts of the eastern seaboard, but I love the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, 500 miles connecting the Shenandoah and Great Smoky Mountains national parks, with biking and hiking trails, as well as whitewater rafting and zip lines in the colourful canopy. On the other side of the country, the world's best surfers will be in San Francisco early November. Ocean Beach is hosting the 2011 Rip Curl Pro Search, a big action world title surf event. 10-time world champion Kelly Slater will be pitted against some old guard fellow Australians, as well as some young guns from South Africa, the USA and Brazil. On October 15th, a revolutionary new museum opens in Dresden, Germany. Designed by architect Daniel Liebeskind, the Military History Museum looks set to cast new light on war and suffering. Given the history of Dresden, which was heavily bombed during World War II, the location here for a war museum is complicated, and some say, therefore, ideal. Rocketing to space, the maiden flight of a Soyuz from Europe's space base in Kourou, French Guiana, has been scheduled for October 20th. The European Space Agency and Russia are deploying Soyuz. The launcher will take nearly 3 tons into orbit, including the first 2 satellites in Europe's Galileo navigation system. That's the competitor to the Americans' GPS. Visitors can put in a request to watch liftoff from one of 2 visitors' sites. Look out for any changes to the planned launch date. 100 years ago, they were the last days of the emperor. On October 10th, China celebrates a centennial since the revolution of 1911 that ended imperial rule. There'll be bigger than ever celebrations this year, from Beijing to Wuhan to Guangzhou. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I see no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Well, that's a little ditty many kids in the UK know. November the 5th is the date to commemorate the audacious and failed attempt by a man called Guy Fawkes to blow up the Houses of Parliament in London in 1605. This year, the date falls on a Saturday, promising busy bonfire nights all across the country. And for more fireworks, a week later on November the 12th, the Lord Mayor's show welcomes into office the new Lord Mayor of the City of London, with a 3-mile-long parade of carriages, marching bands and floats through the historic streets of the Square Mile, past St Paul's Cathedral to the Royal Courts of Justice. Thanks for checking in with my Insider Guide this month. Until next time, happy travelling.
Thanks, Michelle. Now, from fireworks in chilly London, we're heading off to India, a country better known for its tea than its coffee. But if you head to Karnataka in the southeast corner of the country, you'll find some of the most avid coffee drinkers and growers in the world, as Mike London now reports, starting in Bangalore.
It's one of India's biggest and fastest growing cities. If you believe the hype, over 10,000 dollar millionaires live here. But along with money and high-tech industries, Bangalore has another modern addiction it shares with other Indian cities: Western-style coffee shops. Over 1,200 have opened across the country during the past 10 years. In the countryside outside Bangalore, though, here in rural Karnataka, coffee drinking is nothing new. It's a tradition that's been going on for centuries.
My name is Kandutanda Bopanna Madaya, and this is my wife Divya Madaya.
The Madhyas are Kodavas, a Hindu sect descended from warriors and farmers who've worked the land here in Karnataka for many generations. Much of their culture revolves around ancestor worship, and I've come here to visit the house of Mr. Madhya's great-grandfather, which is preserved as a family shrine.
When the family got bigger and bigger, the family moved out, and now no one is staying inside this main house. But on any occasion or any family get-togethers and all, we all come and we meet here.
Like many of Karnataka's Kodavas, the Madhyas are coffee growers. According to legend, a local Muslim called Baba Budan discovered coffee during a pilgrimage to Mecca back in the 16th century, and he liked it so much he smuggled 7 coffee beans back home to Karnataka. Now, over half of all the coffee grown in India comes from here.
You just pull it.
They come away
like
quite
this,
easily?
like this. Yeah, it will come off very easily.
Okay.
Like this. You just press it like this. The beans will come.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, just press
squeeze
it.
them.
Yeah,
And
squeeze
the skin
it.
comes away,
Yeah,
like a grape as well,
yeah,
to reveal the coffee bean
yeah,
underneath.
yeah.
See what it smells like? Nothing like coffee.
Once they're picked, this is where all of those coffee beans are sent to dry out, where after 7 days in the hot Karnataka sunshine, they'll be dry, they'll be graded, and then they'll be sent for roasting. Coffee connoisseurs say the beans from Karnataka make a sweeter, less acidic blend than their counterparts from South America or Africa. And thanks to a poor harvest in Brazil earlier this year, 2011 has been a bumper year for Indian coffee growers, with less supply leading to higher prices on the international market. For tourists who want to get more of an insight into Indian coffee, several resorts have sprung up around Coorg, where you can take part in coffee picking expeditions and join in the harvest for another local speciality, pepper. My journey to Indian coffee country finished here at one resort whose owners were once coffee planters but have now become hoteliers too, keen to take advantage of India's growing tourism market and also the world's seemingly insatiable appetite for coffee.
This is a stainless steel cup and saucer, glass and saucer in fact, and you're supposed to cool it. You're supposed to pour the coffee into the saucer and cool it.
Is that because it's always served piping hot?
That's right.
It feels hot to me,
Yeah,
the cup.
it's really hot.
Okay. And always served with milk?
That's right. How does that taste, Mike?
It has a certain bitter quality about it, but not too bitter. It's not...
That's right. See, we South Indians prefer having not strong coffee like what you get in Europe, the espresso blend.
So you don't have espressos here. That's a very European
That's right.
way of drinking
Yeah.
coffee, I guess. This is milder, but it's definitely coffee.
Mike London there in search of the perfect cup of coffee in Coorg in southern India. Well, sadly, that's all we've got time for this week on Fast Track, but join us again next week when Fiona will be in Taiwan, looking at why the new rules encouraging independent travellers aren't necessarily welcoming to all. But in the meantime, if you'd like to delve into our archive, head over to bbc.com/fasttrack, where you'll find plenty of travel treats to keep you busy, or check out bbc.com/travel, where this weekend there's a feature on New Hampshire's White Mountains and culinary offerings from Cuba. And that, quite frankly, is making me rather peckish, so I'm off. In the meantime then, thank you very much for watching. From me, Rajan Datta, and the rest of the Fast Track team, goodbye.